Okay, test 1, 2, test 1, 2. I'm just gonna do what I usually do to make sure everything is working the way it should be. Pull up that live YouTube feed. Okay, test 1,
And it
2,
sounds like
test 1, 2. I can be heard. Well, that's all I need. Alright, Billionaire Buster here. Alex, busted on billionaires. Because they ain't shit. And I guarantee I could absolutely take Elon Musk in the UFC. At me anytime. And go to Vegas, set it up. I will break his nose. I promise. If Elon gets in the UFC arena with me, I'm breaking his nose in the octagon. It's not going to be pretty. A lot of blood. Facial wounds are like that. But it's Sunday. I think Sunday's kind of seeming like the more consistent day where I can like easily fit a stream in, since I do the pretty typical thing, I think, where on Saturday I mostly just like chill or have fun, just try to have it as just like a total day off. And then Sunday, try to just get some chores done, before the work week. Get some, get basic chores, get some long-standing chores. Installed some knobs today on my kitchen cabinets, because a bunch of my kitchen cabinets haven't had any knobs on them ever. So you have to like grab the bottom or the side and just kind of like it's a very awkward way to have to. They're cabinets that clearly should have a knob of some kind. So I finally got the like drilling bits where I could just power drill a hole in and just screw these little like basic, just like a little black, just basic knobs, just like the most generic kind of knobs basically. But it's been a chore I've been wanting to do, and I finally took care of that today. Did like half the cabinets. Want to see how it all settles in. Make sure they don't. If they fall apart or get loose 3 days from now, then I'll be happy I didn't try and do all of them. So Sunday's a pretty good day to fit in like the stream at like, you can see my real time in the bottom left there. It's 6:13 now. Like there's a good like break, because like how many chores am I gonna do after 6? Like not a lot. I'm kind of fucking done with that shit. But yeah, so I had a stream earlier, like a few days ago. I think it was on Thursday. Did a stream, and then that was kind of a bit of a makeup stream to just kind of get back on track a bit. I mean, every time I do a stream, so far the trend is at least 3 people on GoFundMe receive some direct financial assistance from the Billionaire Buster to you. You, the humans asking for some kind of help from somebody, try to. So it's a good thing for other people when I stream. Like that's a nice, it's a good foundation. It's a good foundation. It's at minimum, my stream is literally helping people. I mean, that's that. If some influencer says like, my stream helps people, because I get message, and it's like, it can sometimes sound like kind of tone deaf, because it's like, okay, I mean, people are enjoying your content, and then that helps them in their own life. But it's like, if you weren't there, it'd be someone else's content anyway. So it's like, how important is it? Is it really, don't get on too high of a horse just because you make Let's Plays people like or something. But I don't even have to have any viewers, and I currently have no viewers, and I still help people every stream, and I'm happy about that kind of setup. It was part of the whole like conceit of doing this as the thing I'm doing. I'm not on my ADHD meds today because I ran out, but the pharmacy won't let me get my prescription until tomorrow, so fuck it. I came up with a bit of an agenda before the stream started, because y'all have seen me while I'm on my ADHD meds. All right, it's the fucking I'm Rock Lee. The training weights are off for this stream. I'm gonna be everywhere. But the kind of main things we're going to do. You see I got the tabs open. We were going to watch what I believe is the first Vaush video I ever watched. Maybe there was some like much shorter video and I watched that first and this was like the second video. But we're going to do like a blast from the past, 2019. Before we do that though, I recalled, or I think I've done specifically this one before. This was not on stream though. This was like at least 5 years ago. I did something that was like this concept. So I'll get on that, but we'll do that and then we'll do the video. But to start it off, let's see. Okay, so there's the financial emergency page, which has been kind of like my good like bread and butter of just people in financial emergencies. There's no wrong options on there are no wrong options on this page for me just picking someone to donate to and having the stream here to like promote, give some outreach for their GoFundMe hopefully. But let's see, I'm just trying to think because I don't know what the word for it is, but I absolutely hate this modern web design thing. This is a mild case of it from GoFundMe, so I'm not going too hard. And maybe there's some expert metrics on the user experience surveys that justify it, but I hate the shit where it's like an image takes up the page and then you scroll and like my scroll bar is going up and down, but I'm still just in this image until it finally, because to me, as someone who's just been on the internet for a while, it feels weird as fuck. If I'm scrolling, but I'm not getting anywhere. That's scary. That means shit is broken. Oh, my bar is moving, but nothing on my screen is changing. Like that's weird. I hate that. And for my actual job, I spend a lot of time looking at various corporate and company websites to just try to actually like find information on them. Which, man, that'd be its own whole thing. It's just the websites that are dog shit to actually get info from, and then the websites that are like actually okay to get info from, and then the websites where you just can't find. I'll say like Apple. I don't like Apple's websites. They'll have some at least tech specs like somewhere when you eventually click into it on the product, but like if you're someone who's dealing with like serious like hard tech shit, Apple, in lieu of their general company design philosophy, like you can't find any fucking information that you would want on their website. Their website is like just totally for fucking consumers to like pick out a product to buy. It's bleh. Okay, for a fun one, okay, I said fun as I'm looking at like recover after senseless beating, like well, hey, this is local to my area, but I mean if they are, then that's I keep being like, ooh, one from Chicago, that's so fun. It's like, it's not fun though. Let's take a look though, because this seems like, who even cares where it is? Thrown onto the train tracks at the Division Milwaukee Blue Line stop. Okay, so I have a little something on my screen that y'all can't see, but I'll get that. Person responsible for the attack is in custody. Well, that's good to hear. Just, that's like attempted murder. Fuck. A son, a brother, friend of many, a chef at a Michelin star restaurant. So, okay, he must be a pretty fucking good chef then if he's working at a Michelin star restaurant. They generally aren't fucking around at those. Please help one of my dearest friends as he navigates through multiple facial surgeries, medical bills, and being out of work. And a message from Jose himself. I'll give that a read. On Tuesday, November the 29th, at around 9 p.m., I was pushed into the train tracks on the Division and Milwaukee train station. I was going home from work after just being back from the holidays. This caused me to spend the rest of that night and then the next day in the hospital. I've undergone one operation, will be going through 2 more in December. The possibility of more follow-up procedures. I believe in the good nature of humanity and hope people confide it in their hearts to help. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Okay, and currently his jaw is wired shut for the next 4 weeks. That sucks. I've never had my jaw like wired shut, but I've had surgery and I've had braces and stuff, so I've had stuff in and around the mouth and facial area, and like anything involving like your teeth or your mouth is pretty shit. And something that's like 4 weeks of that's shitty. That's so fucking shitty. But okay, yeah, let's. I want to look to the Division Milwaukee. So okay, I'm in Chicago, so like I know where the blue line is because I've ridden it. But I don't know where Division. I know where Milwaukee is, but I don't know where Division is. Fuck. All right. Division. Okay, that's when you're getting near downtown. Okay. Jesus. That wasn't that wasn't really relevant. I happen to live in Chicago, so I was like curious. Alright, we'll pull this up over here. We'll hop off Tio. For the moment, I'm probably gonna give him $50. But we'll save him for second. He can come a little later in the stream. Alright, we gave it that Facebook post for prosperity. And okay, no, I have it closed, so boom, ba, ba, ba. There it is. Okay, so before we do the moral machine, I'm just remembering because we are going to do a Vaush video, and I remember this funny meme, and just it is funny. If you're in the Vaush community, I am a user on the Vaush subreddit. I have followed Vaush's Twitter, and I even have an account that it participates in the Discord. I'm more lurk than post because it's a Discord and it's full of people constantly chatting and talking about shit. So I ain't got time for that, but I like looking at the Discord sometimes. And if you're on the Discord, then whenever Vaush goes live, you get there's like an announcement there. So that's a real good way to know. But around when the 3-day special operation to make Ukraine have better politics of the Russia variety. That feel when your 3-day operation is going into like month 9 and you have more than 10,000 casualties and your own citizens are fucking murdering conscription officers in open daylight. I'll say I love that Russian guy who just walked into the conscription office and just shot the fucking officer. And as he was getting taken away, he was like on the camera, just like, none of us are going to war. Like that guy just fucking went up and murdered the enlistment. And I think the thing with him is, I think he wasn't even drafted. It was like one of his friends had gotten called for the draft. Like, I guess he would have been up for it at some point because Russia's not doing hot on any of their shit. It's going to be a cold winter in Russia this year, methinks. But yeah, I just like Putin started a draft, and within the first week, already enlistment officers are just getting fucking marked, just getting murked right in their fucking chest. Oh, you know. No human, doesn't matter how rich or powerful you are. No one's actually bulletproof. It's little secret. It's not like Dark Souls rules. Having more money doesn't make your stats higher. Having an insignia on your vest doesn't like actually give you increased damage resistance. Everyone's still mortal. But anyway, someone made this fake meme image and they made it as like it was a CNN tweet. And the picture here is of Vaush, Mr. Ian Kuczynski. But this meme, because since the meme was attributed to CNN, there were fact checks that were just like, hey, CNN did not tweet this. This is of a streamer YouTuber known as Vaush. This is not a real. He is not currently known to be in Kharkiv region, Ukraine, but breaking. During some of the heaviest shelling in the city of Kharkiv, former primary school teacher Ivan Kuczynski has been traveling throughout the city and taking care of unaccompanied minors. Locals have started calling him the Kharkiv Kid Finder for his seemingly supernatural ability to find young boys who don't have anybody protecting them. That's a top meme. It's a great meme. And if you're new to the Vaush community, the test of the check for like whether a meme is truly great or not is whether Vaush's fans and his deranged haters would like both unironically think it was good. That's been the workaround for the incessant Vaush is a pedophile who rapes all the ponies on all the stables, and he's gonna go on Discord, and he's gonna, if you're retarded and you use Discord, Vaush will be in your DMs to rape you, and just all that kind of embellishment of the truth. It's like at a certain point you gotta just turn it around, where it's like I think people do the same thing with Germa, where it's like. I was a real fan of Germa until he like came into my house and murdered my family while I was sleeping one night. Where it's just same thing with Vaush. Like, I like Vaush, but when he visited, I wish he hadn't. Whatever it was he did to my horses, they haven't been acting the same. It's fun because at a certain point, it's just shit's like too retarded. I think the whole thing is gold. I think my favorite part is just the end with the supernatural ability to find young boys who don't have anybody protecting them. It's such a dumb sentence. Like if this was like a real tweet, that's like such a dumb sentence. But it's so perfect for Vaush memes. And then just the changing of the name to be a more Russo-sounding name, Ivan Kuczynski. Who debates current affairs and politics on his channel. I thought the only thing Vaush debated was why the age of consent should be lowered. That's what I heard. And I believe what I hear. Oh, that's the... There is no evidence, based on his recent streams, that Kuczynski is in Kharkiv. Alright, have we alright, Vaush.gg, Vaush's own website where he streamed his shell for streaming and for the stream chat. That's the source that none of his streams show him in Kharkiv Oblast, Ukraine. Oh, that's a fun one. Alright, Moral Machine. So, the idea here is that some sort of crash or accident is going to happen, and the self-driving AI car has to decide what it will do to minimize harm in the crash that's going to happen. But the questions are to you, the human taking the test, on like what would you want the car to choose? So I'm betting some of these questions are probably going to be like no good, like just, you know, some of these questions are going to, a lot of these questions are going to be of like well, someone's going to die, so you're picking which is it group A or group B that dies in this one. And like, that's rough. That's hard shit. You feel an instinct to say like, what if the car just hits the brakes and doesn't crash into or kill anybody? But because I am neither a bitch nor a conservative, I will grapple with the hypotheticals and answer to the best of my ability, unless I am genuinely confused about the premise of the question in a way where I don't actually even know what my answer would mean, which probably isn't going to happen here. I'll just throw out before I start that I think, just because I know there will be questions about it, I think my bias is going to be to value the passenger's life, the occupants of the car, to value them below equivalent amounts of people outside the car. Because then I guess I feel like it's like, if you know the car is going to prioritize other people, then you yourself could, you know, wear some more like, I don't know, put a helmet and some protective gear on before you get in your AI car, because, you know, I mean, the car should have all the same, like, safety, you know, equivalent safety features for the interior, for, like, the driver and occupants that any other car would have, but it's like, the car should not be killing other people to try to save you, like, because that seems fucked up. That just sounds harder to justify, like, oh no, I want my AI car to drive over as many babies as it has to in order to prevent me from taking any harm. And it's just like, well, I don't want you to have that. I don't want that AI car to be a thing that exists then. Because I don't want to get killed by some other asshole's AI car. And, you know, the way fucking Tesla and Elon Musk are, like, yeah. You know, especially given the current climate around Elon Musk and Tesla, I would much prefer that the car sacrifices its own driver in order to avoid harm to anyone else. But let's start judging. What should the self-driving car do? Okay, this is like literally the thing I'm thinking of. See, okay, woman, man is, oh wow, and it's almost, yeah, they get fun, because I guess I'm going to probably show a bias where I'm probably going to choose, like, old people dying over children and shit. Because, you know, children are the future. But, yeah, something like a man, woman, or homeless, wealthy. I think, I'm guessing in general, those are going to just completely, like, wash for me. Like, man, woman isn't going to matter. Right? Like, if it's the car can hit 3 men or the car can hit 3 women, like, I don't care. That's equivalent. And given my anti-capitalist views, I mean, fuck, I've had more friendly and jovial interactions with homeless people than with billionaires in my life. So, but yeah. Oh, okay, wait. Let's read the description because this adds more. Self-driving car with sudden brake failure will continue ahead and crash into the concrete barrier. Sucks to suck. Sudden brake failure will swerve and drive through a pedestrian crossing the other lane. Note that the affected pedestrians are flouting the law by crossing on the red signal. Okay. Fucks given. None. Sudden brake failure, continue ahead, hit the pedestrian. Sudden brake failure, swerve and crash into the barrier to avoid the elderly man. Oh, wait, I almost clicked that one when that, wait. Oh, the driver is an elderly man. Okay, he's got the little like white bald guy hair. That's what, you know, RIP, but my grandpa My one grandpa, he had the hair like that, where he was just totally bald on top, but he still had it all. He still had it on the sides. He still had the white like monk fringe, but his whole top was a chrome dome. That shit was always funny. And again, it's kind of like my logic here is that the car should have, internal, airbags, seatbelts. The car should have stuff inside it that's meant to protect the driver in the case of a crash. This person's just on a sidewalk. If they get hit by the car, they don't have shit. Alright, let's see. Yep. This is fun. When you're not a conservative, hypotheticals can be, a fun way to get your noggin jogging. Get the gears turning like the little animation's showing. Okay, let's see. Athlete. That's a distinction I can't imagine. We'll see what kind of question comes up, but off the top of my head, I'm like, for someone who would make a distinction between like, oh, it's an athlete, that changed. I'm concerned. Eyes on that person. Eyes on that person. Don't let that person make important decisions. They're clearly a bit retarded. Okay, so this is again. Yeah, I'm finding, based on my stated principle, I'm gonna just kill the drivers a lot. There'll be, like, if it's like 5-1, I'll probably go with like the 1 because I'm just like, 5-1, fuck. I mean, I'll say like trolley problem. I'm a pull the lever guy because, but by pulling the lever, you've chosen to kill that one person. It's like, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Come at me. Like, what? You gonna come arrest me for murder? Like, I'll fucking shoot you. I'll kill you too. I've killed before. I'll do it again. Just to me, that distinction always just seemed like a real like. Why does that actually? Like, I get philosophy can be interesting, but I think it's the oddest in me where sometimes with philosophy it just feels like, I don't know, just take responsibility for your actions, and like the fact that you could just, I'll put it this way. My general thing on philosophy is that, because I'm going to use a bit more philosophy, but it's just sometimes it seems like philosophical problems or conundrums are based on like uncertainty of what the like exact outcome or correct, and correct is subjective, but like on what the course should be. And I sometimes just interview with that, like, one, that's kind of all of life. And then two, there's like Bayesian statistics. I think it's like Bayesian probability, where it's just, when you're dealing with uncertainty, it's a way to kind of just try to evaluate what the odds of those different uncertainties are. Like if you had something in a video game that ultimately came down to like a 50-50 chance, then that would, it'd be like, after all the other stuff that like went into the calculations, like ultimately, okay, there's a 50% chance it'll go this way and 50% chance it'll go that way if you proceed. So it's like, just, I don't know, aside from just making the best choices that you think you can, it's like, what else are you supposed to do? Because real life doesn't present you with the problem on a sheet of paper and let you spend 6 hours contemplating your answer, usually. Like, sometimes in real life you just have to do shit. It's why, like, we give people leeway on self-defense, that, like, if there's a person in your house and you shoot them, and it's like, okay, they didn't actually have a gun, but, like, they were still, like, breaking into your house to rob you. It's like, fuck, man. It's like, it's kind of scary when there's someone in your house who's not supposed to be there, and they're trying to, like, commit already, like, a semi-violent crime against you. It's like, not gonna send people to jail for being a little, more like a, taking the chance where they live. Fuck, anyway. This is getting off topic now. Keep it going, the ADHD. But anyway. Kill the drivers. Okay. This, I don't know how, what distinction I'm going to even... Okay, see, now there's the one distinction of what the traffic laws are, and okay, it's like, yeah, these people have the walk sign, the group. I don't know how big, because it's like if my webcam is more zoomed out, then it's like, then I'm so far away from it, but I like to use my hands a lot when I talk. But you can see the screen, or you can hear me, so, yeah, so we got in one scenario, the car swerves, we have one dead woman, one dead man, and 3 dead homeless people. Well, what gender are the homeless people? I care about how they identify too. What the fuck? In our other scenario, the car goes straight ahead. We have 2 dead men, 2 dead male executives, and 1 dead female executives, and they are crossing on a red signal. Now this I'm realizing, this is... As an anti-capitalist, I think we need to get the bosses off our back. Okay, this... Oh, it's a dog. Okay, I thought that was a 4th person. Elderly man and a baby. Or if the people in the car die, it's an elderly man, a baby, a dog, and a male athlete. Okay, so in this case, if we prioritize the occupants of the car, we have 1 additional person living. But then there's my thing about, the people outside the car, they didn't ask for this. And I mean, maybe our male athlete, instead of wearing a headband, he should be wearing a helmet, because he's about to crash into a fucking concrete barrier. Okay. This is, here's one that's hard for PETA and no one else. If the car keeps going, we're going to kill a woman and a boy. Why does it matter if they're a boy? I'd be concerned for the person who's like, okay, well, since there is a male heir, he carries his father's blood and line and name through him. And the other one, for some reason, the self-driving car has 2 cats in it, and y'all have seen my cat Bud. His pretty little fluffy face is the profile picture. He is literally sleeping on his warm, heat-retaining mat on his tree next to my desk. He's an adorable boy. He was sitting on my lap today. If I had to shoot my cat or another human being, I would do the cat. Because I can live with doing it. I can't live with the... Because, like, then these people's family are going to be like, damn, you let my sister or you let my wife or you let my child die for 2 cats. Fuck you. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna really have a good answer. That's kind of cunty. You should probably not do that. Bye bye cats. Okay, so in this case, both cars are empty, so it's just a matter of who dies. So, okay, we have a group of pedestrians that are abiding by the traffic signals. The sin number 3 in the Bible, always obey traffic laws. We have a male executive, 1 large man, that means fat, 2 men, and an old man. Oh, it's men versus women. Okay, that's the difference between the 2 groups. It's men versus women, and the women happen to be breaking the law, traffic law. Okay. This is one where it's like, yeah, I don't like either of my choices, but it's, the male-woman part has no aspect to it, so then the only thing I have left to even make a choice on is... I guess I'd prefer that the car swerve out of the way of people who have the right of way. Because it's like the matter of like, you know, sucks for these 5 people that this is what their life boiled down to. But you know what? Life isn't fair. Sucks that jaywalking this one particular time is what fucking killed them all. But like, if I'm choosing, I mean, I'd feel better to myself at least about having the 5 jaywalkers die than it like, you pick the 5 people who weren't jaywalking. Like the fuck is, and I don't care about men or women. I don't care about that. So like that for me isn't gonna matter. Okay. Okay, so this one, in either case, it's a boy and a man either die in the crossing or they die in the car, and the pedestrians are flouting the traffic signal. So I will, once again, go with my thing of valuing people who did not choose to be in the AI-driven car. Oh, it had a sudden brake failure. Okay, so this is kind of inspired by Tesla. Okay, here we have a difference in the number of people. So we have an elderly man and a homeless person in the crosswalk, and they've got the green signal. They're where they're supposed to be. And in our self-driving death trap, we have a boy, a female athlete. Again, I'd really be curious to know what person's logic was like. Well, it was 2 athletes versus 3 fat people, so like. And 1 criminal, which on its own, like, just saying criminal doesn't mean, because it's like, I don't know, I'm an American and I like the Antifa. Most of the people who get fucking murdered by our police in horrible ways are criminals. I mean, let's keep in mind, how many of the people who were jaywalking the red would, shouldn't they have been dubbed criminals? It's just like, you gotta... It's like that apologist shit where they ask you, it's like, have you ever stolen anything? Well, that means you're a thief. And a thief can't be a good person, which is why you need Jesus. And it's just like, fuck off. That's so retarded. So the person being a criminal, I don't even really know how to care about this. It's a matter of 2 versus 3, and a matter of my thing about if it was like 5 versus 2, I'd probably pick to save the people in the car just for sheer numbers sake. I mean, because if we're weighing human life, I try to view the people pretty equally, so more is one of the few differentiations I'll actually care about. But 3 to 2, I still side with, I don't know, drive your own fucking car. Okay, so we have no one in the car, 3 female athletes who are jaywalking, 3 women who I guess are not athletes, who are not jaywalking, they've got the green. Okay, I don't care about them being athletes, so in that case, it's gonna be, sucks to suck. It's like a fight in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where it's just like, if your mistake was that if you had been standing 2 inches to the left, then you would have had time to predict my attack. But because I used I put a mirror in that windowsill so it reflected the light into your eyes, causing you to step to the right into the path of my timed attack, which has now hit you in the back of the head and blown your brains out. And it's a joke because it's a JoJo fight and shit comes down. It's all to the wire of. I'm gonna shoot at you to press your body backwards onto the metal spike that was made by us shooting the pole, and the metal spike is going to press further into the back of your neck and impale you while you reflect the bullets back at me. So All right, it's like some JoJo fight shit. Turns out jaywalking is what kills you. What should the self-driving car do? Okay, yeah. For anyone who's just listening, our choice here is 4 people in the crosswalk. 1 elderly woman, 1 male athlete, 1 girl, 1 boy, versus 3 cats and a dog in the vehicle. Again, I mean, I like cats and dogs are dope. Cats and dogs are cool. You know, if you're concerned about dogs being killed, you should look into the police and how many just completely friendly family dogs cops just like to blast holes in because they're fucking psychopaths. They will hop a fence into a backyard. The dog in the backyard will bark at them once, and then it just it was attacking me. I was running for my life. I'm a uniformed officer, highly trained in the law. That golden retriever was only 20 feet away from sinking its jaws into my neck and ripping my throat out and preventing me from going home to my wife. And if I can't go home to my wife, who's gonna beat her? Pets die. Okay, it's a female doctor in the car, a male doctor walking. The male doctor is walking on the red light signal. I'm gonna again just go with my real easy method of, if you don't want your AI car to deprioritize you in a crash, don't be in the AI car. I don't know. Look, she's sitting where the driver's wheel should be. She could stop this. Yeah, that's a skill issue at that point. I remember this test being a lot harder the first time I took it, and I guess I was a lot more hopeful and optimistic about AI driving vehicles. Where now I'm just like, probably Elon Musk stands. Fuck them. They bought a Tesla. They know what they did. Some crimes can never be forgiven. Yeah, we got 4 people in a vehicle and 5 people in a crosswalk. So, I mean, hey, also just the sheer numbers of bodies support having our drivers die. Okay, ooh, they're gonna give me, I'm gonna take a little survey and answer some potential questions here. Age preference, I had none. Species preference, humans. Fitness preference, I do not know where I even showed a fitness preference. Protecting passengers. Okay, I was 100% on just not choosing the people in the vehicle. Avoiding intervention. Apparently that ended up mattering a bit. I wasn't ever thinking that mattered. I think that's just by circumstance of there only being 13 questions. Social value preference. I am an ally to the working class, apparently. Gender preference. Okay, I didn't mean to have any, but yeah, with 13 questions, I guess I ended up with male. Upholding the law, as we can see, barely mattered. Saving more lives. Not completely didn't matter, but it was definitely less important than making sure the Tesla passengers bit the dust. Yeah, I'm gonna hold on the survey. We got shit to do. God damn, fucking theater mode. All right, time for. Oh, they reached their goal. Okay, that's great for them, but I've said before, I try to avoid fundraisers that hit their goal, because, like, they hit their goal. Okay, let's see what this family in Tennessee has going on. Their 8-month-old daughter, Quinley, was diagnosed with RSV, rhinovirus, and bronchitis. Went into cardiac arrest and is currently on a ventilator. Okay, geez, that was a really long update. I was just skimming to be like, did this baby die? And it sounds like they did not, but shit was looking dicey here. So okay, yeah, I've seen enough. I don't want to cry about the very, very sick baby. Let's get this in for little Quinley. Like, all right, I'll help you. You can cool it with the "my baby is dying of horrible medical issues." Like, all right, I heard you. Here's $50. Yeah, you had me with the first tragedy. All right, there. Oh, I love that. I do like that GoFundMe. Just shows that immediately. All right. Doing more for the people of Tennessee than Jeff Bezos has ever fucking deigned to. Okay, these people made their goals. So I'm just going to comment that the two dogs and the picture of them look very adorable. That looks like a little corgi or something. Corgis are so cute. One of my friends has a corgi, and it is like stupid how cute that dog is, and he knows it. He knows it. He loves the attention. Just absolute. It's like he's beyond a chick magnet. He's just like an all humans and dogs magnet. Just everyone likes that corgi. It's just pretty cute. But all right. So now this, I want to, I'm aware of the potential reaction inception of you the viewer are watching me watch an old video of Vaush, watch an older video by Red Ice Nazis. So I'm aware that like I'm in the like yellow zone of like where the reaction inception has to stop. Like you can't react to this one. Just for the sake of good social graces, I'm sorry, you can leave comments, but you can't do a react stream to my reaction to Vaush's react stream to the Nazi lady. That's too many layers. It's too many layers. There's not enough space for the webcams at that point. We can't have 7 different white guys all in a circle commenting on each other's comments It's incoherent. And like I'm saying, in light of that, I've said I wanted to do this. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. We'll see. Maybe we'll just get halfway through and I'll be like, that's cool. We've seen enough. But like I'm saying, I'm going to try to keep my commentary a bit more on I'm going to just try to keep it a bit minimal. I know it's fucking me saying that, but for me, I'm going to try. And I guess I'll try to keep my commentary a bit like more meta level, since this is, we saw in the description, it's from 2019, that's a few years old. I ain't heard shit from, I know I've seen 1 or 2 other Vaush videos that were covering Red Ice Nazi lady, I'll go to court with you, bitch. I'll fuck you up. Try me. I got more money than you, dumbass. I mean, I got so much money, I'm giving it away. Fucking sue me, bitch. You're a Nazi and I hate you. I actually do hate you. You suck. Actually horrible. But I'll try to keep it a bit more meta. I guess I'm just like kind of a view of like, what's Vaush doing here? And like, what's Ms. She's not married. Her eggs are drying up at an increasing exponential rate in her, womb. Stephen Molyneux was the one who was cringe. I'm making fun of his cringe. I don't actually care about ladies' egg production cycles. God, that Stephen Molyneux tweet. Some of those were for intention, but some of those are also just that man thinks about women's fertility in ways that I just can't possibly imagine the average woman appreciates. Vaush also, I think, had a debate convo with Stephen Molly meme once, so that was... I recall that one being kind of fucking funny. Because that guy's a bit out there, but, Oh, hey, look, Vaush also with the, pretty sure that's a Blue Yeti mic, because I think he's mentioned his first mic was a Blue Yeti, that, like, he got gifted it, and from, like, someone, and that's what let him actually really, like, kind of kick off with streaming, because it meant he had a decent mic. And, oh, man, Vaush has gone through some different, like, layouts, views. This is, you're in classic Vaush when it's, like, the hard, like, side profile view. That's definitely, like, the old shit. The good shit. Back when JonTron was on Game Grumps shit. Not like that, though. But we had no idea how much bigger these keloids on his earlobes were going to get before he finally gets surgery for them in 2022. I remember one time I was watching a stream and Vaush said, like, and the worst thing about these keloids is that they hurt. They're real sensitive. And I was in chat and I was just like, what do you mean they hurt? Get them taken care of. Because I assumed they didn't hurt, and that was why he was being, like, ADHD and procrastinating about it. So I think I said, like, I got the scar here. Like, I had a cyst in my wrist. Like, this thing didn't hurt at all. It was mostly just... It was a bit annoying, and it was starting to restrict my wrist movement a little bit, and, like, it was going to get bigger. It could potentially start hurting at some... But, like, it didn't hurt. I fucking pressed and smacked on the thing, trying to, like, see if I could, like, squeeze it out. So that was, like, recommended. It didn't hurt. And I still got that shit taken care of within, like, a few months of it being a thing. Because I was like, I fucking hate having this growth inside my body. And, God, it's on my wrist. I can't not see it. I fucking hate it. So, boy, that's an ADHD tangent. Yeah, that's what happens when I'm not in my meds. All right, let's go.
Today we are goal-oriented, okay? Goal-oriented. So...
Oh, wow, that's way better video quality.
For those of you who don't know, Alternative Hypothesis, a white supremacist race realist channel. They made a video on me. Still haven't watched it. It's very long. I'll get around to it, I'm sure, and craft a beautiful response. But until then, until that beautiful day, I would like to do some videos that are not 3 hours long and will not require research. Because most Nazi videos, I don't know if the alt-hype's actually a Nazi, I've heard conflicting reports, whatever. Because
Wow, I can't believe Vaush would just accuse someone of being a Nazi for being definitely Nazi adjacent, but not 100%. Because Vaush, what if there's even a 1% chance that this person isn't strictly a fascist, then... I mean, by calling them a fascist, aren't you the fascist now? That's why you shouldn't do anything, It's like the moral in term in Disco Elysium. Sometimes holding the line is progress, sweetie. Okay? That's what the adults are doing at the mature table.
Most Nazi videos take precisely, and I'm being very specific here, one brain cell to address. Exactly one. So if you took all of your brain cells...
A lot of Nazi videos can be dismantled by just, if you just state that, like, oh, that's not how any of this works at all. Like, it's not the most detailed answer, but it is a technically correct answer to like any Nazi propaganda. Is if you do just say, "Oh, that's not how that works." Like you're correct. The Nazi won't be satisfied with that answer, but like it is just you could throw Mein Kampf is a book that I'm sure is more than 50 pages. Haven't checked myself. I'm betting just it's a book of some length, and like what's my debunk of Mein Kampf? Just none of the shit in it is correct. So like it's just like not correct. There's nothing to work with there. So fuck it. Like yeah, good. All right, Hitler destroyed in the marketplace of ideas. If only Hitler had known that.
And you gathered them together in a tight clump, and you used, let's say, Elmer's glue to adhere them into a solid sphere, and you left but one brain cell bouncing around against the interior ridges of your brain, should you have any, that the activity produced by that motion would be sufficient to provide you the resources necessary to...
Sir, ad hominem, sir. That's an ad hominem. Addy hominem. Ad hominem. You can't do that. It makes me look stupid.
Debunk Nazi topics. So why don't we get around to that, huh? I'm no charlatan. I know what I titled this fucking stream. Nazis are dumb. Red Ice TV. Let's do it. Let's not waste a moment longer. And we begin.
You know what? This is me flexing like I know. This is me flexing how I know a lot about the fucking fascists. I find it really funny that the Google, because I got the captions on and I got the volume turned down a bit because I realized on one of the Kroby Cat ones having the volume maxed out, kind of because it's like the video's loud, like my voice is just normal, so that's kind of like too much. Like, if you want to blast the Vaush video, the title's it's questions liberals can cringe at featuring Red Ice TV. Anyway, the show was saying no ADHD meds. I like that the captioning turned Vaush's utterance of the word Nazi into not Caesar. that's a fun. I didn't expect that. Just that's the things the captions come up with when they aren't quite sure. It's always some kind of fun.
Do it. Let's not waste a moment longer. And we begin with what is quite possibly my favorite trope in reactionary YouTube. The questions blank can't answer format. Also, sometimes the, questions posed for blank format. I really, really like these. Because they are so fucking easy to respond to. The general goal of this type of video, the 40 questions for feminists or 15 questions SJWs can't answer. Usually the goal of this video, you ask extremely leading questions. Have you stopped beating your wife? That sort of thing.
Poisoning the well fallacy, sir. You are stating in advance that your opponent may do specific things which would be considered uncouth. That means your audience will be very ready and perceptive to see if and when the Miss Ice does do that kind of stupid leading question shit. Your audience has now been prepared to be ready to cancel out that deceit, and that is, you have poisoned my well and set a plague upon my crops and slaughtered our firstborn sons of all the families of the Hebrews. Sir, have ye no shame, sir?
But it's usually invariably questions like, why do you hate...
I don't like the West Wing.
White people so much when white people have built civilization around you? Or, why do you claim to support Muslims when they're actually the greatest threat LGBT people have ever faced? It's that...
I can't believe Vaush would say that about the Muslim men.
That sort of thing, it's like very embittered questions directed to try and highlight hypocrisy in their enemy's thought process, only if you buy into the misconceptions they hold. So let's see if we can't melt some red ice. And I must say, how's my cam? Is my cam too small? Why is my cam so fucking small? Get out! Get out! Oh yeah, Overwatch. I was in the Overwatch zone, my professional gamer zone. But now we are back into the politics zone. Get in! Get in!
Alright, I'm happy Vaush is in the bottom right.
Oh, and it should be noted, of course.
Because now I don't have to move my webcam.
This is questions liberals can't answer. I'm not a liberal. I'm a leftist. Very, very explicitly not a liberal. So...
He's already breaking the rules. You can't trust these fucking leftists. They won't do what they're told.
Maybe I won't be able to answer some of these questions. I don't know. If one of the questions...
If these questions stump you, you are not allowed on the left anymore. Liberal status confirmed. Purging the Fed.
Questions is like, how can you claim to support capitalism in spite of the fact that it hurts whites more than any other economic system in history? Then... Shucks, yeah, they got me. They got me. I don't buy the premise. I'm not... I don't like capitalism. Alright, let us waste not a moment more, my friends. God, look at that flashy fucking logo. Why don't I have a flashy logo? Look at this. It's got like... Shut up.
See, Vaush has his name in the bottom of his webcam panel, so he's a step ahead of me. I do realize I should do that, so I am going to do that. I didn't want to like take time before the stream and fucking ADHD, but maybe I think this week I can get a little box in the corner there. I'm kind of lining it up with my webcam so I can see. Get a little box in the corner there that says like Billionaire Buster. That's just good to have. Just if a clip ever gets out there, and it's not you making a comparison between child pornography and child labor, like, you want your name on that.
It's got like particle. All my art assets are mine and mine alone to design. Look, it's got like 3D and there's like particle effects in the background. And there's smoke. This is Red Ice TV emerging from the race war that will destroy the world, okay? That's why there's fire everywhere.
She is the Khaleesi of the Nazis.
Put me there. Damn, that's sick.
Okay, everyone in Vaush's chat saying there's no sound, so it's not us.
There's no sound? Oh yeah. I always forget to do that. Jesus Christ, chat, cram it up your fucking asshole. So I'm a scuffed streamer. Eat my ass.
Hi, I'm Lana with Red Ice. It's true, you just can't argue with a leftist. All the evidence on the planet won't be enough because they live...
Leftists and liberals are the same to most right-wingers. That's where you get the weird, like... They'll like ask communist questions about Nancy Pelosi and like think it's a gotcha, and then they get like... If like the communist mentions like, no, I kind of hate Nancy Pelosi, they'll be like, but you still voted for a Democrat at some point in some election as a matter of, general harm reduction and keeping psycho Republicans out of the office. It's just like, what does that mean? What does that mean to you, you fucking retards? I'll say with right-wingers, just right-wingers and conservatives, just always keep the concept of projection in mind. It's probably the easiest way to just flip their bullshit right back in their face, because as we're going to see in this video, they'll throw a lot of bullshit out. They're good at throwing out the bullshit. If you take the projection angle, that's like, there's like a 90% chance that if you make if you use the concept of projection to try to throw it back at their face, like that shit will work, because they're probably projecting somewhat. And you can hit them on that shit and then make them explain, like, do you, like, worship the congressperson elected from your district? Because if you don't, your question doesn't make any fucking sense. So, like, why are you asking me that? And so on and so on.
in an alt universe.
So, we're right off the bat, we're here with some perspective. I am going to, like I did with the first Red Ice video, because I know Red Ice viciously brigades, I am going to do my best to speak as though I am speaking to a fan of Red Ice. I know I've got some of you in my chat right now, probably in my YouTube chat.
Guys, Vaush said he was going to try his best to communicate with Nazis. This isn't a safe space for us. We can't. This community is not a safe community for leftists. It's trying to communicate with Nazis.
Chat, not my proper chat. So let me talk to you, okay? So this video is going to be full of leading questions that are designed to reinforce your ideology. The question to me is, do you actually believe these are good questions that highlight hypocrisy in the values you despise? Or do you know they're stupid and you just like them because it owns the libs? I'm not sure. So are you stupid or are you malicious? In truth, you're probably a mixture of the two. But I'm going to treat you...
Can confirm. Time has proved that observation well. Malicious or stupid? Why not both? Why can't they be stupid and assholes?
For the sake of this video, as someone who is utterly unaware of the fact that all of the questions and arguments posed in this video are really dumb. Really fucking dumb. And I think that a good way to start by doing that is to indicate the fact that the term alternative facts was literally coined by the Republican Party. I know technically Republicans are liberals too, and this is a Nazi channel. Red Ice TV is Nazis, so they would fall under that program.
Republicans are liberals.
Speaking, conspiratorial thinking, like the Jewish question.
See, there's a pre-2020 video. They weren't as blatantly anti-democracy. They weren't quite as inherently massively anti-democracy back then.
Something this channel promotes. Conspiratorial thinking being distinctly something which is irrational and not really contingent about material reality or factual evidence. That's way more fucking common on the right. The Great Replacement Theory, the Jewish question, the idea that like what's it called, the Talik, the Muslim thing where they can like lie to secretly like take over and make Sharia in the West. All of these conspiratorial sort of ways of thinking rooted very much in the fear and paranoia of reactionary thought. So to suggest that we're the ones living in alternative reality is nice meme. But we'll see where we go with this one.
Liberals are very bad at debating because they never do it. Because they only talk to other self-affirming, emotional stroking liberals and have had
I wonder if anyone's noticed a trend where right-wingers seem to get all of their viewpoints and understanding of the world from only talking to other right-wingers who will affirm their crazy bullshit. Oh, me, I've noticed that. I've noticed that all the time, that right-wingers get all their understanding of the world from other fucking right-wingers. Which is why right-wingers, we'll say in the current one, there's that fucking ad shit. It's like, I don't even know what the story's supposed to be. Balencia, it's like the Wayfair bullshit, where just right-wingers will be like, and you liberals will defend the Balencia pedophiles in their quest to rape all the children. And it's like, I know that the average person is just like, what the fuck is a Balencia? What the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, but to the like conservative Republican idiot, it's like they've listened to 6 hours worth of various video content covering the Balencia CASM abuse ring. Look, there are photos. Look, there's no victims have been presented whatsoever because nothing like actually horrible happened, but just, you know, imagine that there are children who were victimized by these pedophiles that are real. That would be concerning, and your lack of concern over it sure would speak volumes. But it's like they get so lost in the sauce because it's just all the right-wingers and Republicans they're listening to are all concerned about this, so they think everyone is concerned about this. It's like the whole thing where just Oh god, because I could go on a billion tangents off of this, because this one I notice a lot. But you ever notice that like sometimes like rural conservatives seem to like genuinely not understand what living in a city like even is? Like they don't get it. They'll look at the election map where there's all the like land that voted conservative, and they'll be like, but why can't conservatives win when when all these rural farm counties with less than 20,000 residents voted Republican? And it's like, well, see, the problem is that the city of Chicago has like 8 million fucking people living in it, so we literally outnumber you, you stupid fucking retard. You know, it's like, we seem to understand how you live perfectly fine. It's not that complicated. Oh, cool, my first chatter, and it's a spam message. Fuck, that's annoying. All right, how do I ban a person? Fuck. Don't engage with sex-69.fun in chat. They are a right-wing compromat agent of the Putin Red House. How the fuck do I control my chat at all? Okay, wait. Now, I want to be over there because that's just my YouTube pane. Okay, learn more. Cool. Okay, can you shut the fuck up and get out of my fucking way? What chat is that in? That has to be in the YouTube chat. Because there wouldn't be an OBS chat. See, what I'm seeing right now is that sex-69.fun is hyping up that there are free Vert Girls chat in U City. I actually just read the fucking message. Like, it's YouTube chat, whatever the character limit is, it's not so bad. We want dumbasses who will do the vert chat, who will do the virtual chat, but we need them to be so fucking stupid that the word virtual is like one syllable too many and will scare them off. Alright? Look, we've got a game here that will make you come in 2 minutes, and you can't let your girlfriend know that you're playing this game. But, like... Fuck, how do I find this? I want to, like, ban this. Why are the 3 bars not doing shit? Oh, participants. Yeah, can I ban... Jesus, okay, I guess... Scuffed stream. I am bad at the YouTubes. How the fuck do I actually manage my shit? How do I manage my YouTube chat? If I go to the video link of the YouTube video link. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, that's all I have to do. Okay. Report them as... Oh, yep, spam's the top one. Okay. And hide user. And... Okay. Cool. We have purged the heretic. Alright, I need to take a quick piss, but since this is already a reaction inception, and I can't be concise. It's the ADHD, man. It's like in Depression Quest. The option is always just do the shit that's like more talking and explaining and feeling and reacting to stuff. It's just the option to like, no, just let it go. It's not that important. It's like that option is like always grayed out 90% of the time. I can't just let it go. I'm gonna take a quick little bathroom break, but I'll let Vaush and the Miss. I can't help but notice that she's not pregnant, but you know, I guess this is more important than furthering her white genes.
Zero opposition to challenge them.
Yeah.
They are caught with their pants down at the most basic questions. But people like myself are very comfortable arguing with opponents.
Wait, really?
We've had a lot of practice to sharpen our arguments, and we don't crumble when people call us bad words. We deal with outrageous, never seen before censorship, banning, discrimination, defamation, and we're still here.
Wait, by we, I thought she meant Red Ice TV. Does she just mean like Nazis or reactionaries or whatever? Like, I don't know, dude. The TOS says don't hate black people, and you hate black people. I don't know what to say, guys. It's like YouTube is so fucking lax in its restrictions. To get deplatformed from these places, like, you have to be really fucking bad at dog whistling. Which to Red Ice's TV's credit, they're much better at dog whistling than a lot of the people who have been banned off of YouTube. Whatever the case is, if you're so good at debating, Red Ice TV, dumb white bitch, or what's the name of your husband, the guy who runs the channel, the one who cringe posted and made a YouTube comment under the first video I did of you and linked it on his Facebook and on his Twitter and on his YouTube? That guy? Why don't you debate me? It'd be really fun. See, because I also like debate. I also, like you, milady, I too test my debate skills in the fire and fury of live discourse. So it'd be fun, right? You'll never accept it because you know you got absolutely fucking ass blasted the last time I did a video of yours. But I'm just, you know.
Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna let Vaush keep talking. I'm gonna on the side here though. I'm curious to just look up if I can find what is the current status of Mrs. Ice? Like where are they at? Are they present anywhere at all? Was she at the Capitol on January 6th? I'm curious.
Let it be known. Open invitation. I won't even, if it's the dumb white bitch, I won't even call you a dumb white bitch to your face, okay? I'll call you a small brain pale lady, okay? I'll be very, very civil, very politically correct for you, okay? I know you say the mean words don't hurt your feelings, but I've talked.
Well, I found redice.tv, the website. Second thing I see is the Balance Seggia pedo cult. Justin Trudeau, he's gonna trans your frogs.
Fuck with you people, you get triggered as fuck anytime anyone calls you, like, you know, racist, so let's do it.
As we toughen up, they become even weaker. Here are questions liberals cannot answer. 1. Gotta start with this one. If you're so pro-mass non-European immigration, why do you live in a white neighborhood? They may say, well, this town has plenty of diversity.
Alright, I'm looking at their TV. Okay, apparently it seems like maybe they just have their own. They're on the right-wing corner of the internet where you can be an insane Nazi and you're on the sites that won't TOS you for being an insane Nazi. So they seem to regularly put content here. There is still, yeah, it's the same lady. So okay, I guess she's doing this. I wonder, is this guy her husband? I mean, I say I wonder. I'm not curious enough to look, but you know what? Okay, they're doing their own thing. If I look at this website anymore, that's gonna just become what the stream is, because that could be. You know what? That's a fun stream idea. Let me actually, just write this down as a note here. Look at right-wing news for. I'll put to test all my theories about how right-wingers think by looking at some right-wing news. That can be fun. And I say it can be fun because the conceit of that stream is going to be that I should probably try really hard to not get angry. But unfortunately, it's one of those things where I've learned from experience, looking at the front page of Fox News for long enough can very likely make me really fucking angry.
Diversity, yeah, down there, not where you live, up here. Why aren't you living in an immigrant refugee part of town? 2.
Okay, that was a good one right off the bat. So,
I'm just gonna, yeah, okay, I'm, hold on there, Vaush. Alex is also here. I'm gonna just let Vaush roll with whatever he's gonna say, because if there's anything I want to add to that, I'll add it in, but I share the same, I'll rewind 10 seconds, or 15 seconds. I do share the same, where it's, I wonder, is Mrs. Ice Reds, is her experience of her question stumping the libs that she asks these questions, and then the lib goes, "What? What are you? Could you say that again? I think I must have misheard some of that because it didn't quite make sense. So I must have misheard something. So could you ask that? Could you say that a second time for me so I know I got everything?" And then maybe she does, and then you have the like, oh, this is a person who's like not going to be enjoyable to talk to because I'm a lib and I don't like conflict. So, but I can like, I can tell when someone's like a fucking retard still. So that might be how like a typical lib would respond.
I live in a white neighborhood. They may say, well, this town has plenty of diversity. Yeah, down there, not where you live, up here. Why aren't you living in an immigrant refugee part of town?
Fuck, okay.
Not where you live, up here.
It's like, does she know? Does she know that she's saying up here, and look at this picture. This is like, what, like beachfront, cliffside mansions with pools and tennis, like, is this where you live, bitch? God damn, like, can I come over? Like, you got like a fucking tennis court in the backyard. That's pretty, like, cool. That's pretty pog. Like, I mean, you're a Nazi, so, like, I'm gonna, like, piss on the carpet before I leave to, ruin your day a bit, but, that's a fun idea I have, where since I know all those, like, rich billionaires, like Jeff Bezos, they, like, have a bunch of houses. I was thinking it would be really funny if just, like, a flash mob kind of got together. And just, like, he doesn't have to be home. It's probably better if he's not. But just, like, get a flash mob to just run into one of Jeff Bezos' mansions and just, like, just like, fuck it up. Yeah, just fuck things up. Because, like, it's a mansion and, like, he's not even there. He hasn't been in that mansion in 2 months. He's got his 7 other mansions to be in, like... And I was thinking it'd be funny, because you could just do it, and, like, he'd be rich, but it'd be, like, his mansion got fucked up, and there wasn't a goddamn thing anyone could do to stop it, because... when working people show solidarity, like, anything is possible. We could, we could all, right now, all of us, in all our towns, go to the nearest billionaire's house, jump kick through the window, and just let your inner child out on the furniture and the walls and the floors. Like, it'd be, like, really funny. It'd be really funny. We would all enjoy that. It'd be like the inverse of January 6th, where it'd be crazy and, like, chaotic. And, I mean, there could even be implications of violence. But, like, it would also be, like, funny and good. And it would make the society we live in better than it was before instead of worse, like Jan 6 did. Yeah, I'll let Vaush answer. Fuck, because it's... Oh, man. Yeah, I guess if anything, this does show why I individually, was grabbed by Vaush's content. It's a very similar mindset to my own, so I can vibe and gel with it really well in ways that, like, I was missing from other channels. I was looking for a channel like Vaush, and I didn't know it until I found him, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, finally. Like, I just remember. Like, first time I listened to Vaush, it was probably this video, actually. I think I remember just in the middle of this video at some point, like, during my partner just being like, this guy's saying the stuff I would want to say. Fuck yeah. Like, that was neat. It's good practice.
Why aren't you living in an immigrant refugee part of town? 2.
Okay, that was a good one right off the bat. So, I'm of the opinion anyone who believes that's a good argument is probably acting in bad faith, because you would have to be incredibly stupid to believe that was a valid point. But no, Vaush. We got to reach across the aisle with this one. So,
start the conversation. Bridge the Pepsi gap.
The reason why that's a bad argument, for one, you have no fucking idea where the person you're talking to lives. I'm about to live to a majority black neighborhood, or move to a majority black neighborhood. I mean, I don't fucking know. But the fundamental argument here is that you can't support open borders and racial proliferation unless you're willing to, like, live in Somali, like, refugee ghettos and personally share your toothbrush with, like, 8 brown people or something. That's pretty much the argument here.
All right, my quick thing, because this is a thought I often have, so this is a good opportunity to express it. Just something to think about, because this is applicable to a lot more situations. I think about what she said, think about what Vaush is saying. She's asking, well, why don't you do X, Y, and Z? That would be what you should be doing, according to my horrendously flawed Nazi understanding of what your goals are. But I think a good way you can kind of, again, just like throw this back at their face, just fucking slides right off of you back into them, is ask her, hey, people who live in those, immigrant neighborhoods, like whatever the fuck war zone she is imagining in her head, does she listen to them? Can she, name any prominent, are there people in those communities that she, why aren't you doing this? It's like, well, okay, the people who do that, maybe it's not me, but surely someone is a white liberal and lives in a poor immigrant community. Do you talk to them? Do you actually give a shit if they're also saying the thing? It's the whole... if you're poor and a socialist, you're greedy. If you're rich and a socialist, you're a hypocrite. And it's just like, well, you don't listen to fucking any socialist, so how the fuck would you know? And that's I'll keep the point there to make it quick. But that's one that comes up a lot, because there's a lot of vague appeals to hypocrisies from right-wingers. I'll just say that. Just vague appeals to what they imagine to be a hypocrisy. But again, they're right-wingers. They only get their information from other fucking right-wingers. All their information about the left comes from what right-wingers say about the left. It's very little is from the actual left itself, which is why they don't know the difference between a communist and Joe Manchin. It's why they think President Brandon is a communist, because they've got, it's black and white vision. They can't, there's just a whole spectrum of shit that they get no value input on. It's just, oh, if you're not Republican, then you're just, that's all the same color to me. It's a very peasant baby brain way to interpret the world, which is why they seem to struggle so much with knowing stuff.
You're so pro-integration and immigration, why aren't you right now getting gangbanged by immigrants to help them or some nonsense like that? The answer for this, well, there are several answers. For one, it's possible that there are some left-leaning people who are totally okay with brown and black people and living with them and shit. They just happen to, through various socioeconomic circumstances, not live in areas that are very, diverse. That's fine. You want them to fucking move to downtown Chicago? Hey, I live in a nice suburb in SoCal. I'm very pro open border. Oh, you're pro open borders? We know what we got to do now. You're going to East LA, motherfucker. You can't support that. I mean, this is the same logic as you can't vote in favor of a war unless you're willing to personally sign up. Except that makes a lot more sense, because in that instance, the argument there being you shouldn't be willing to commit a nation to war unless you're willing to fight it itself. The only way that comparison would make sense is if you believe that the act of people immigrating here, peacefully acclimating into our society and committing, per capita, lower rates of crime than the domestic population, could be counted as a war. Which, to the credit of the people who watch this channel, they do. So.
That's a good point, Mr. Vaush.
Let's mend some points. For one, immigrants coming over isn't a violent act. It's their right. They've been doing it for a while. It's totally okay. You can calm down. For two, it's okay.
But Vaush, when my ancestors came to America, they were very violent towards the natives. What are you talking about? It's that projection shit. It's to the nationalists, it's you liberals deny the facts of the upcoming race war. Soon, all races will meet on the 37th parallel in a Ragnarok of races to determine which one will rule all. And to them, they're it's to them, the race war is it's the inverse with climate change. They think the race war like, they think of it the way people who aren't fucking idiots think of climate change. It's like a, you know, it's like a mirror there. It's they're really disgusted by how you lie to yourself, that you're not horrified and disgusted and want to, like, shit your brains out anytime you see a person of Arabic ethnicity in vision of your eyes, like. Because these are the kind of people who will be watching TV and the commercials will come on and they will pay attention to the commercials. Like, one, we're already dealing with some pretty dumb motherfuckers that they're watching commercials. But they'll see in a commercial that it'll be like 2 black guys and the commercial's for like a shirt. But the commercial features just 2 black guys doing whatever the commercial skit is for like the new shirt. And, like, Red Ice is the kind of person who sees that and is like, it's like 2 girls, 1 cup. Like she just watched, like, a cartel execution video when a commercial featured predominantly POC individuals as the performers of the commercial's roles. Like, that's a snuff film for her. And that's why these people are so fucking retarded, because they're disgusted by shit. It's like when it's like allergies, right? Where allergies are your body's immune system reacting to stuff it doesn't need to. Like, if you have a deadly peanut allergy, it's like, it's not the peanut. The peanut can't kill you. It's your body, like, way overreacting to the presence of the peanut that kills you. Right-wing reactionaries are like that, but just for, I guess, all fucking cultural and social topics. Just 2 men holding hands, they're shoving their gay cocks down my throat, and it hurts. It hurts and I want it to stop. They won't stop fucking my throat. Look at them there, walking gaily. Yeah, real quick. I think the OG of this is from SpongeBob. Just in my lived experience, which is true to my life and was divinely revealed to me in a dream by the Archangel Gabriel, this is basically how the average reactionary seems to, like, live their life. And, you know, I want to be sad. It's very, very sad. And if not for the fact that they're causing fucking massive problems for everyone the fuck else, that's the, you know, their situation is so sad and so pathetic, and yet they manage to be horrible and dangerous enough assholes that it outweighs my sympathy for the horrible poverty of their own, like, internal mindscape. It's like an abused dog that just refuses to, like, not bite everybody. Like, it's very, very sad that the dog has been so abused that it's become that way, but it's also like, okay, this dog is, like, literally just gonna bite everyone, and we've, like, tried, and it just won't not freak out and bite people. Like, we have to put it down. Like, that's sad, but it's also like, I don't know, maybe stop fucking biting people and you won't die. I might have lost the analogy a little bit at the end there. I finished off my 1 drink. After this, I'm going to play the Vaush and get another one. But, you know, we're having fun. Elon Musk wishes he could have this much fun. Elon Musk would pay so much to have a friend like me. But that's his problem, because no one wants to be his friend. He would have to pay them because he sucks individually as a person. Aside from his money, he doesn't have anything going for him because he's Elon Musk. 7 billion people on Earth, and Elon's the guy you're hanging out with? Like, how bored are you? That guy's a down Patrick's throat. Ugh. I hope his throat's okay. Anyone ever says, like, because with the shove down the throat, like, that line seems to only come from, like, fucking right-wing reactionaries. I don't know. There's a lot of ways. the answer to a lot of the right-wing reactionary shit is just to go through. It's, the only way out is through. A lot of it's fragile. It looks scary, but it's like fascists. They're very hollow and fragile on the inside. So if you just, it's like those children's stories of like, I'm not afraid of you anymore. It's like, those gay people shoved it down my throat. It's like, oh my God, is your throat okay? Like, do I need to call an ambulance for you? It's like, no, what are you talking about? It's like, what are you talking about? You're the one saying your throats had stuff shoved down it. Like, what the fuck do you mean? You saw two gay people holding hands? Okay. Were they the ones who shit in your pants too? Like, the fuck? Grow up. You have to put your shoes on before we can go to the playground. Like, it's not fucking negotiable.
Get out of there, SpongeBob!
The maniacs inside the mailbox. Oh. I'm happy that video exists because, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So that said a lot of what I needed. Said a lot. That video really spoke from my heart right there. All right. He's just standing there menacingly. I'm going to pour myself a drink and let this roll, because I've confirmed I'm 90 minutes into the stream. We are not finishing this Vaush video. I'm sorry, Vaush. You were just so good and thick with content that I can't do it in one sesh.
Okay, to 1 foot.
Okay, damn it. How does I say this? I just noticed in the chat, if we see on the chat here, this person... If you're so pro-black rights, why aren't you wearing blackface? If you're so pro-LGBT rights, why aren't you gay? Okay, as you can see, even from the Vaush community, like-minded individuals, we can learn and grow from this, that we can see that there's really just an infinite amount of angles of attack on this question. And the reason there's so many ways to attack it is because the question can only be generated by a mind fucked up in the ways that a Nazi's mind is fucked up. She doesn't know how to ask this question in a less... I think the race war is more likely than climate change to happen in the near future way. She can't do that because that's not what she is on the inside. It's like me with my autism. Just I can't see a social cue if it just doesn't register as anything to me. Like I can't fucking respond to a social cue I'm not noticing.
Those things and not personally be sharing your showers and toilet with Somali refugees. And 3, it's totally possible that there are left-leaning people who want open borders but are still a little bit racist. Maybe they personally distance themselves from more diverse communities because they're like afraid of brown or black people. I don't know. That's their problem, not mine. Doesn't mean they're not right in the open borders thing. Very, very stupid argument. That's like, I mean, it's the same argument, by the way. Oh, if you love white people so much, why aren't you running around, like, right now, fucking as many people as you can unprotected to pump out as many white babies as possible? Like, oh, wait, what's this bitch's name? Laura? I have no fucking idea. She just looks like a Lori. You claim to be pro-white, but you haven't even... How old are you? 28? That means that since you turned 18, you could have conceivably had 12 white babies by now. What are you doing? What are you up to? You claim to be pro-white, but you're not even letting yourself get knocked the fuck up every 9 months, 1 week to produce more white children? We live in a society. We truly do.
What percentage of America can be white? 60%? 40? 15? 2%? At what point is it acceptable? 3.
So that...
Woo! Oh, maybe I'll let Vaush run there. A lot of my own thoughts. Now, one, where I just paused it here, one thing that I recall from this video, and it was extremely funny, especially when Vaush pointed out, is that, this bitch is not like, there is not any air between the questions. It was just, what number is acceptable? 3. It's like, I'm sorry, teacher, I didn't have it written down yet. Like, what was the fucking question again? Don't you hate when you got a teacher who's just, they're just all over the fucking board, just their hand never fucking stops? That's this lady's approach to, no wonder the liberals get confused. This is a confusing way to ask questions. 4! But it's the thing I was just saying about the, like, where does her not... Oh, God, the fucking... I am definitely soon, I'm going to... I have some time off around the holidays, as we all do. Definitely going to buy, like, a ring light, because it's like... personally, I don't care about the lighting too much. I mean, it would be cool. I am going to have fun getting, like, the purple bisexual bright tube lighting. I'm a human. I got eyes. I got colors I like. I'm going to throw some violet hues around. It's nice. But I've never realized, I guess this makes sense as, the person inside the body here, how much the screen, like, reflects light and color onto my face. Because it's just the one, it's what it is. You can see what color the video is, and just also my face is presently... I guess it's because this level of redness is, like, possible if I was, like, super hot and sweaty. So that's where it annoys me a bit more, because it's like, it's if it was, like, blue, it'd be like, well, okay, that's just the light. But since it's this kind of, like, red, it's like... like, no, it's winter. It's, like, kind of cold out. I'm wearing 2 layers. But it just makes my face look so red, because her video is so, like, magenta-y, reddish. It's in the red spectrum, it. It's Red Ice TV. Duh. So I'll let Vaush give all the good answers, but just as the meta thing, I'll say, hey, this Vaush feller, he hasn't seen this video before. He's reacting to it live. Unlike me, this is my second time watching it. Like, he sure is doing a good... He seems quite ready for these questions liberals can't answer. He seems like fully prepared and ready to go off on any one of them. That's a good thing for his end. But also, it's just think about, just with the number 2 question she asked there. I'll rewind 10 seconds just so we can hear it. Just think about the fact that, like, if you're not a crazy fucking bigot, or you're not, like, used to looking into and, like, combating the crazy bigotry, you might be having a pretty obvious question of, what the fuck was the point of that question? Like, what did that question even mean? Like, I don't it's like, I don't even get it. What percentage of America can be white? 60 or 2? And it's like tomorrow? Like, what is that, right? It's like, if you're not keyed into, like, what has this racist bitch been complaining about with the other racists? Because clearly, it seems like they may, in fact, be talking about the percentage of America that is white. They might be talking about that somewhat frequently. Whereas, again, if you're not a horrendous bigot, right? Like, I would put myself in the camp of not being a horrendous bigot. It's like you get thrown off because your first instinct is like, what percentage of the U.S. is white? And who cares? Like, what? Like, right? It's like you gotta like try to build up a framework to figure out what the fuck they're even talking about. It's just imagine like just some like old, like, Chinese immigrant grandma and just asking her, like, what percentage of America would you be okay with white people being? And just like, what? It's like, I don't even know what the question means. What percent? You know what? 100 for you, baby. 100% A+, 4.0 GPA. That's like that. I mean, isn't that how white people feel on the inside? Like, I don't fucking know. It's like, relating with this, I'm tempted. It's like in real life, I'd be tempted to just do the like, yeah, no, us whites, we gotta stick together, right? Because it's like, because these people are fucking retards, so you can just be like, yeah, no, I mean, any day could be the day of the rope. I'm ready. And like, they'll like go, it's like the way you like catch pedophiles. Like you say some sussy shit to them and they're like, oh, you like sussy pedo shit? Me too. And it's like, oh, that's how you got caught. You can't be friend. Pedophiles can't have friends because your friends could be feds. Also Nazis. The problem is I know I must actually engage with Nazis because, you know, Nazis are hateful, bigoted idiots. They're like, you know, it's the opposite of fun. If you care at all, it's exhausting. You have to like really not value this bitch at all to like be able to laugh at the. It's like if this bitch was like MTG, like in Congress, Marjorie Taylor Greene, for those not in the US, like, right? It's like when Marjorie Taylor Greene says this kind of retarded shit, it's like, oh man, this bitch is gonna vote on laws. Bro, look at my Congress. My country ain't ever gonna function.
What percentage of America can be white? 60%, 40, 15, 2%? At what point is it acceptable? 3.
So that was a good one. All right.
Acceptable, bitch? The fuck are you talking about? I said all my stuff. I'm ADHD. I'll just let Vaush go for a minute or two here.
God, fucking morning streams, dude. There we go. So, America can be any percent white that it wants to be. I don't have a problem with any particular demographic of any number of people. What I do have a problem with is the disincentivization of people of color moving into this country. So, I don't care if America's 100% white. As long as America opens its arms to immigrants and people of color, doesn't discriminate, either in law or in practice, and they can come in here and live their lives as they want to. I don't really care what America is like. America could be 100% white. America could be 0% white. It really doesn't matter to me. I would say the same thing about any other country, by the way. I say it about Israel. I say it about Japan. I say it about the European countries. I would say it about any country. China, Russia, India. I don't like racial homogeneity. I like open borders. It's not just an America-only thing. You're free to go move to Somalia if you want to, or South Africa. I hear you guys have been pretty interested in that part of the world lately.
3. At what point is it okay to have a border and immigration laws? 4.
Whoa, wait.
As someone who illegally strolled across the border several years ago myself, I think this bitch might be racist.
Oh, it's just the question? You're not even going to expand upon it?
That's like what I said earlier. It's just like, remember when we were on question 2? Question 4, motherfucker, keep up.
Border and immigration laws. Okay, well, I'm open borders, so I don't like them.
Hi, open borders. I'm Billionaire Buster.
The modern economy that we live in, you can't just let everybody in for no other reason than because it would create a whole bunch of economic turmoil.
Wow, Vaush is against letting people who want to immigrate to the U.S. immigrate. I always, I hear his YouTube features a lot of Nazi content. Actually, I mean, that must be because he would like them. Because, like the right winger, I am also having a total failure of projection because I can't possibly imagine a reason I would be engaging with right wing content. I also can't imagine a good reason someone who shares my ideological predilections would be engaging with right wing content. I'm so intelligent that I consider my own biases to just be the pure truth of the world, unquestionably. Wait a minute, that's what biases are, and that's like the way you don't overcome them.
And countries have to be designed in a way to acclimate that kind of flow. Like, realistically right now, if America just became open borders, then it would probably lead to, like problem.
Yeah, because bitches like this lady would start shooting people, and then it's like, well, we can't have all these immigrants come in while there are right-wingers going on suicidal rampages in every state across the country. That's a bit of a... The entire country is under active shooter lockdown. I'm sorry. We wanted to let you immigrate, but there's literally 10,000 mass shootings happening, all from right-wing fascists, because we opened the border. Joe Brandon is my chairman.
Like, there would be issues with it. Like, obviously, you know, the southern border towns would be flooded with people. There'd be, like, migrants or refugees that we wouldn't know how to redistribute, and the government probably wouldn't be able to keep up the load, and the economy would kind of suffer for it. However, I think a transitory period towards more sensible immigration laws, that is to say much more lax ones, with the eventual goal of leading into open borders, is just a generally good policy. It's good for us economically. It's good for us culturally, because I don't care about, like, preserving white culture, so I think it's good for us culturally. America historically is always
inconceivable. She never expected an answer like that.
So I'm okay with continuing that pattern. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It'd be like a policy-driven thing.
I'll just throw out another thing where it's just the hollowness of these people. Legitimately, I would love to ask her all of these questions, just verbatim. I would just love to ask her, what percentage of America being white will you be satisfied with? 60? 30? Like, just... Because whatever her answer is, it's gonna be bad. But, like, I'd love to... Because, again, given the, like, complete, like, lack of a theory of mind that you see in the worst reactionaries, she probably hasn't thought... She would probably be, like, thrown by that, even though they're her own fucking gotcha questions. Like... You know, you at home, if you thought, well, hang on, if I was going to, like, ask people a series of gotcha questions as a professional thing, then, I mean, obviously I would have my own responses ready, because otherwise, that'd be really fucking stupid. Congratulations. If you had that instinct at all, or, you know, if it was making immediate sense as I was saying it, you're probably not the type that's prone to just accidentally become a retarded fascist. You had, like, a good mental instinct kick in there that asked a question and then cared about what the answer actually was. That's a good inoculation against being a reactionary, is asking lots of questions, but also actually, like, having regard towards what the answers are, whether you personally like what the answers are. And alright, yeah, we're not going to get through this whole video, but I'll try to give Vaush a few more minutes, because then I'll hop off this, probably just going to make a last donation, because I'm getting close to 2 hours. Yeah, I'm getting hungry. I had a late lunch, but I obviously haven't had dinner, so... But let's let V-Man... It's V-Man's video. I'm fucking skimming off of his content, so... Let's let V-Man get some more words of wisdom in.
What percentage of the population do whites have to be before it's morally acceptable for them to be proud of their ancestors, their heritage? At what point can they advocate for their people?
I would love to ask this bitch about her ancestors. I really would. I want names. I want names. I want places. I've heard from some relatives that I supposedly got an ancestor that was, like, on the, like, one of the pilgrims on the fucking blah blah blah. I don't know if that's true or not, but if I was talking to a bitch like this, it is absolutely true. You know, I'll you know, see if you... Fun game for us white people in the audience. If you're dealing with someone like this, try to out-white them. Make it clear. You could just say it. Ask them about their ethnicity or history, and then declare that they're not white enough. Whatever it is. They're from Western Europe? Too swarthy. Gotta be from Middle Western. You know, just whatever it is. Their ancestors are all French? Sorry, only the English count. Their ancestors are all from London? A bunch of inbred island rejects. Just whatever it is. Just make it clear that they're not welcome in your white ethno-state. This will probably, if you actually do just go through with it, it will probably put them into some sort of anaphylactic shock. So do have some care and concern towards whether there's, like, medical assistance nearby. Because it can be a real brain breaker. I mean, their brains aren't very strong or durable to begin with, so a direct blow like that, just, you know, you can really, like, fucking just tear that shit in half without meaning to. It's like a really old dog where you just... You gotta be careful to not break anything. You can't just do what you normally would.
With unions, orgs, and lobbyists, just like every other group. 5.
Okay, that's a good one right there. So,
Rapid fire.
For one, what percentage of the population you are has basically nothing to do with the social acceptability of you engaging in advocacy movements for your own people. That's pretty much irrelevant. There are there are groups of people.
I know my webcam's blocking a little bit, but you can see half of it. Funny freeze frame on the Nazi. Heh. But sir, ad hominem. Sir, I'm taking it way too seriously when you pointed out that a person looks funny on a freeze frame. Because I guess I would take that really seriously if it happened. So, oh god, the projection game. It never doesn't work. It's better rates than Sex Panther. 90% of the time, it works every time. It's pretty good shit. Keep it in your back pocket. It'll help you someday.
In this country,
it's like pocket sand.
Like 0.08% or something that have their own. You could think of some hyper specific, like Indo-Native American, like some shit like that. You know, you can be very small, and there are larger groups that have advocacy groups as well, like black people. Aren't they like fucking 12 or 13 or 14% of the population or something like that? So it's not really the percentage of the population you make up; it's the consequences of you engaging in advocacy for your racial or ethnic group. See, historically, I know this is very contentious. It's only supported by every historian, sociologist, anthropologist, political scientist relevant today. Historically speaking, you know, there have been many groups in this country that have been oppressed along racial or ethnic lines. This is up to and including black people, Jewish people, Indian people. I don't know. Just imagine something that isn't white, okay? And there probably have been and are being discriminated against. So when you engage in advocacy groups for those people selectively, what you're trying to do is mend a past wrong. Now, I don't mean like in a like justice sense, like now the whiteys have to suffer. It's their time. No, it's that they're currently suffering from the consequences of discrimination. Their level of participation and representation in society, in an economic and social sense, is currently lower than it is for whites as a product of, well, discriminatory policies. So, by making advocacy groups in favor of them, we try to bring those levels up to where white people are at. Not bring white people down, but to bring them up. The eventual goal of this, of course, is to eliminate these programs entirely. I know Nazis like to get their panties in a twist, talking about how all the non-white people want to gang up and like fuck white people into.
Nazis say that because it's what they genuinely think. Like I said, it's climate change for normal people is the race war. Quote TM for Nazis. Like they have dreams about the day of the rope. You know, I have dreams about like needing to take a test in college or going on a vacation with a whole cast of random characters from my life, right? Nazis have dreams about the day of the rope because that's what their creative life is like.
To irrelevancy before deporting them to, I don't know, the center of the Atlantic. But in reality, mostly people are just trying to get by on their own, and some people have it harder than others, and that's what those groups are for. Eventually, these programs would be terminated because, ideally, in a better world, probably a world without you in it, they wouldn't be discriminated against anymore. So we wouldn't need them. It's very simple. I see that chat is absolutely...
Alright, Vaush is laying down good truths here. I think, I'm enjoying this enough. I think it'd be fun to come back and just do the rest of this as a bit of like a kind of example. It's like when the teacher like brings out the TV and you're like, the TV, and then the teacher like puts on a documentary. And it's the thing about documentaries where I have a Curiosity Stream subscription. I actually like documentaries because I feel like a documentary is like, okay, we've got this like legit educational, informative information on a subject. How do we make that as entertaining and easily to digest as possible? And so you get David Attenborough narrating like high def drone camera shots of the ant colony spraying spray out of their asses at like cows. It's like they are the ultimate like communists. It's like it's fucking gripping, you know. Vaush is like that. Like it's like, oh, we're watching a video, fuck yeah, and it's like, yeah, but you're gonna learn anyway because it's a really good video, and you can, a really good video, you'll like get. It's like the difference between reality TV and like an actual show, where it's a lot more likely you can actually like get something from the story. Okay, fuck. I'm not gonna boom a rant about reality TV. As a game show format, I feel like reality TV is probably a pretty solid idea. All the issues with reality TV, I mean, I will say, for something that's like a game show type of, a lot of them are bullshit anyway, but I mean, if you want something like Survivor, it's like, I can totally vibe with a certain logic that like a season of Survivor is more interesting than like a season of Lost, because it's like, I mean, Survivor, these are like real people competing to get fucking money at the end. It's like low stakes Squid Game. It's kind of fucking interesting. I remember season 1 of Survivor. Like, I mean, I don't remember it, but I remember that I was watching it because it was like, these people are on a fucking island trying to survive, and it's a game show, and they have to like compete against each other for food rewards. Like, that's fucking awesome. Okay, given the topic, I'm remembering this video. What's Vaush? I'm about to make a donation. Red Face Buster is streaming.
Necessarily applicable. However, the opposition to gay and queer people adopting children, in a way, kind of does meet that definition, right? It's not just about, like, we're not talking about biological reproduction, but we are talking about the inability to form families, which... Yeah, I think you could totally gel that, yeah. Oh,
at some point, it's so easy to do, but at some point, when I'm actually successful, there's going to be some GIF reaction that's me making that face, and I'm going to fucking, like, smack myself for ever making a face like that on stream. I'm still, like, a real virgin. Like, I haven't been... I keep waiting for the internet hate mob to, like, try to fuck my life up, and it never happens. I choose a lot of fights on Twitter. I don't get a hate following of psychopaths out of it. I don't know. Is that white privilege? Is that white privilege that you can try to fight with the TERFs and they won't dedicate themselves to like trying to dox you? They only bust that out for the actual trans people. Fuck, who knows? Wow, yeah, all right, we're gonna make that last donation. I'm fucking. As fun as this is, I mean, I'm realistically tired and hungry, but also the odds of me breaking TOS, just the more uninhibited the sooner I'm just talking about, like, I mean, here are the addresses, that's where he lives, if enough of us with guns, like, each day, just as a group, it's like, I don't any crimes you commit are on your own ass, and I am actually not paying, like, if you do it in my name, I am not helping with the bail. I might donate to a bail fund at some point, but if you did crimes and got arrested in my name, I am going to disavow. And I'm telling you that now, so, like, don't fucking do it. If you're going to do a crime, have your own fucking reason to do it. I am not the reason you, like, threw your life away on a crime. Alright, that's... Before I stop stream, I'll cover myself on TOS, and I do genuinely think that. I mean, I don't throw your life away because I said that, like, oh, the people ruining the world have addresses. Like, that's your talk to your parents about that. See what they think about you, like, throwing your life away. All right. Okay, this one's really close. Also, what is this family? Because this is like a cute photo. Husband and our 4 young boys. Financial hardships. In May, they had COVID and were out of work. And her husband lost his job. She's working overtime and studying. All right, I am... This is such a cute photo. Oh my god, that's such a cute fucking photo. It's been 3 days. Oh my god, okay, yeah, fucking take... Oh. Take... Okay, wait, yeah, let me put this on a new tab. It's such a cute photo! Oh, they got matching PJs? That shit's hard to pull off when they get older because they're gonna get really resentful about it. As someone who was once a child, I'm sorry, we don't know better. But if you're an adult, you were once a child too, so that's how the shit keeps working, because every adult ultimately doesn't have an excuse to not be able to understand a child's flawed perspective, because you were a kid too. We were all wrong about a lot of shit when we were 6 years old. When I was a kid, all my bad dreams involved dinosaurs chasing me. Oh, if I move, they're gonna find me. I have to stay hiding in this trash can, or Godzilla's gonna fucking see me, and he's gonna come here and eat me. Like, that's no fun. I'm 6 years old. If Godzilla eats me, it's gonna really, really hurt. I've seen the inside of his mouth. That's like way worse than scraping your knee. I thought tripping on the sidewalk was the worst thing that could happen to me when I was 5. But then I learned about Godzilla, and I realized how bad things really could get. Anyway, here's a Whitest Kids You Know video called Race War.
Hey, Bill! Hey, Bill! Bill! Hey, Bill! Hey, Dave! Hey! Dave. Shh! What's going on? Come on! Wendy's sleeping. Come on, man! What? Don't wake her up. Come on, let's go! What? Race war! Race war? Come on, Bill! Race war! What do you mean? Did we always talk about wanting to do that? I don't remember that at all. Come on, Bill! Race war! You can be captain. I'm gonna be sergeant. No.
It's so perfect.
Is that Wendy?
Yeah, you woke her up.
Tell her I said hey. Is she still mad at me?
Yeah, she is.
Come on, man, race war. Bring her. No, don't bring her. What is she? What? She's
Italian.
Yeah, don't bring her. Hey, you want to get her?
You want to get her? She's Italian.
Man. Well, don't tell her. She might tell the Italians.
It's the same race.
As what?
Us?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We're American.
Kind of.
I'm curious. I'm gonna play it one more time. I'm curious if I heard someone laugh in the background of the recording.
We're American.
Kind of.
I think someone did laugh.
English.
That's American. There's one. Come on, Bill. I'm gonna get that guy. I'll come back. He was in a truck. Gonna get him.
Yeah, alright. Coming off the Red Ice TV video, it's more fitting than you might realize. It's part of the reason we haven't actually had a race war kick off. Is because the way it would kick off would probably look like that, which doesn't tend to really get it going. Oh yeah, main guy there passed away, I think, this year. That's sad. Okay. This is the end of stream. I'm clearly having a very fun time. But, yeah, gonna save my energy for next Sunday. Hopefully we'll have as fun of a stream then. Good night.